Welcome back to the Dallas Meetup Dime, where we get straight to the value in 10 minutes or less. I'm your host, Carson Gibbons, and today I'm joined by the founder, CEO, and president of North Texas Disability Chamber, Dylan Rafaty. Dylan, how are you, sir?
Doing great, Carson. How are you?
Thank you so much for coming in today. It's good to formally finally meet you. I feel like we've been in the same room so many times and never formally had that conversation.
Well, and we have similar connections as well as with your family and so forth. So great to be here.
I first maybe encountered you at your recent luncheon.
Yes.
I was struck by just the powers that be in the room and the number of folks from the mainstream that were coming out to support the cause and to bring it into the light. So I wanted to ask you more about, how did this get started? Are you the original founder of North Texas Disability?
Yes, the North Texas Disability Chamber was founded in 2020 with an existing organization that I started in 2017. I renamed it after being a founding board member for the Rio Grande Valley Disability Chamber Commerce. And so I saw a need in North Texas, did not see an existing disability chamber of sort. And in 2022, we had our first corporate partner involved and started to launch from there. And now 5 years later, we are the fastest and largest growing disability chamber in the country. And there's only 6 of us in the country. So think about that. So you're starting something fresh and you have an idea, you have a vision of creating communities where business, government, and nonprofits can come together, share ideas, transact with each other. And sure enough, it's got the attention of many hubs in America, across America. And so there's a one-day vision to start a national organization that one day organizations like ours could feed up to the national level and create a sense of national presence in support of all the regional hubs, in support of collaboration and inclusion for people with disabilities.
2 reactions to that. 2020 seems late for this type of environment to be created and fostered for this population, first of all. Second of all, you said 6 chapters.
Yep. Or it's not, I wouldn't say chapters. Each organization operates differently. Some of them are 501c6, which is an association. Some are 501c3s like us, which is more of a nonprofit that doesn't really engage in the political landscapes of things. But each of them are designed differently. Some of them are regional like us. Some of them are specific counties. Some are statewide. So it just depends on what that is. I will say is our community here in North Texas has evolved over the last decade. And part of that was we have always been a competitive state because funding does not come easy for our communities. And I also knew that our community does a better job of collaborating if we work together, but how do we create a space to do that collaboration? So that's when I realized that as someone who did my research and studied the challenges and the opportunities that could exist within our communities, I felt, why not create a space to allow them to connect? Kind of like what Dallas Meetup does, creating a space for companies and partners to engage and then expand that reach with communities that want to best support and engage with them.
I think you're being overtly generous there with any comparisons, but I'm sensing a founder-led purpose here from you. Like, tell me more about who you were before this, because professionally, because you seem to have the ability to find your way around a dark room and find the gold in it from a go-to-market perspective.
As someone who's deaf and hard of hearing, I have some lived experiences with disabilities. I navigated education that necessarily wasn't the right fit for me. I went through special education and then knew I had to start over in community college and then grow into entrepreneurship. I found an idea to expand transition support for employment for people with disabilities and those disabled veterans. And then it got into startups and then got into government service, serving on the Governor's Committee on Disabilities. But all of that came because of lived experiences. And I saw an opportunity, and here's the thing, there's 2 things I'm good at. Love galvanizing people and an innovator of ideas and solutions. So what great way to create an organization that sort of came about that. But it became through lived experience. And through that lived experience, I saw an opportunity. And that opportunity, I just ran with it. And sure enough, but I will say one thing. Our community, we lack trust and respect. If we cannot trust and respect you, how can we best support you? or work with you or serve with you. And I think that's what every community wants. So what I did was, through my 10 plus year journey in navigating the disability world here in North Texas, was to study and learn from the different organizations, how to do business with them. What are the great ways to collaborate? What are the challenges? What are the opportunities? And sure enough, I realized because I knew the market and knew the challenges and opportunities, why not create an organization that allows that space to collaborate and meaningfully have dialogue and find ways to support one another.
What do you mean by you lack trust and respect as a population?
So there's a two-way street about that. First and foremost is our community, like any community really, not just disabilities, we need to really understand your true intentions. You know, everybody has a protection barrier on them. And part of that is we want to do business that we like, we know, and we trust. And not only that, we also respect. They know they know their stuff. They know who they're dealing with, who their customer base are, or who the people they trust. Meaning, are they a person of integrity? Are they a person of meaner, that they mean well, that they're going to do things ethically and morally correct? And morally correct, again, that's a slippery slope because everybody's morals are different. My morals is I want to be a good person. I want to be the person that is going to support them and not look at a way to profit off of them. Okay. I'm always going to be the person that's a consultative seller. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that is I'm always going to focus on the person at hand or the organization at hand and find ways to better support them at that moment of time. I'm not there to oversell something that may not be beneficial to them.
I appreciate the steadfastness in your go-to-market where you're like, no, we actually need to deliver the public benefit here and have this community trust us. And we're not scapegoating folks for some sort of tax write-off or loophole budget situation. Like, we're actually delivering the good work. If you had to synthesize the mission of North Texas Disability Chamber into like a sentence or two from really the before and after, like what you didn't see in the market and now what exists that's fostering additional connections and whatnot.
Yeah, that's hard to do in a two-sentence thing. But what I will say is this. The challenge before is we didn't have a space of true belonging, okay? And nowadays, we are creating a space that is true convening opportunities. We're educating one another of the challenges and opportunities. And then at the same time, we're all navigating each other as some people are in the very beginning stages and some are ahead of the curve. And so we're creating a space of true belonging, that true convening opportunities to educate one another, and then lastly, to navigate whatever landscape and learning best practices and ways that we can grow and scale our work in our organizations.
It also feels like you're bringing this community closer to the mainstream and forcing an interaction that the whole thing becomes mainstream. And that seemed like a focal point of the lunch.
You hit it right on the mark. And I think part of that is, for a lot of us, we're so focused on our own bubbles. A lot of organizations are very program specific. We're focusing on relationship. We're relationship building and building long-term partnerships, whatever that might look like. Everybody's vision is different. Like any corporation partner, they're looking for the right partners to do business. They align with their values, their issues that they care about, whatever that might be. I think right now is we're creating a space that creates amplification of the work that is being done. We're creating spaces where nonprofits can actually communicate with each other. We're also creating spaces where people that want to be allies in the work of disability inclusion but don't know where to begin, we're welcoming them coming in. We're also bringing in people that are experts in the field and creating more amplification for the work that they're doing. Our job as an organization is we're navigating. We're not here to advocate all things disability. In some areas we are, but really what we're good at is we're helping individuals, organizations, and communities navigate the world of accessibility and disability inclusion.
I appreciate how you don't put the complete onus on, I guess, the mainstream in this case by you have to know everything about this. Like, hey, come to North Texas Disability Chamber and we're the clearinghouse to get you plugged in with these communities. Yes. We're the awareness spigot, and then we can actually deploy your talent, time, treasure, into these different avenues to help.
Yeah, and I think the challenge there is, again, one, do you have the time to want to engage in that space? Second, what are your values and aligning with people and organizations that share that values? Third is, what are some of the issues that you're looking to resolve? Because I guarantee there's an organization that is tackling that same issue that could work with you, collaborate with you, and strategize with you to solve those world pressing problems. I think every organization wants to be affiliated with an organization that is forward thinking about the future, but also at the same time focusing on how can we best support our individual challenges. And for Dallas Meetup, one thing that I've learned at a recent event was the opportunities to engage with people you don't typically see on a daily basis. It's the same thing what we're building in North Texas Disability Chamber is we're allowing you to come, experience it, assumption-free, opportunity to engage with people who are doing the great work, but also finding avenues where you can be plugged in, whether as a donor or simply as a partner or simply just want to be an advocate and serve on a board or something. We're creating that space just like Dallas Meetup is. But I think at the end of the day is we're amplifying causes and the work that is being done, and we're inviting you to be a part of it.
We're excited to partner with you this year and further showcase the good work that you're doing and further just cross-collaborate with our groups. What's the next opportunity for our audience to get involved, come out? What URL should they go to? Like, what's your ask of our community?
I think for every individual professional or a business leader or a startup founder, whatever that journey might be, I think that the challenge there is to, again, just show up. It's the mantra that I have for anybody that doesn't know. My mantra is to show up, to be present, and to show out. What that means is showing up is simply coming, even if you're like, do I really have to go to another networking event? Or is that, I don't know what the outcomes or the ROI investment or return on investment on that. Well, just show up and find out. Second, be present. Get off your damn phones, okay? Get off your damn phones and really immerse yourself at what is being presented. Who are the speakers? Look around you, who's in the room, okay? You went to my event recently, you saw like who are the who's who in the room. Well, find out. And then lastly, show out. Tell people who you met, what you learned, what are the takeaways. Take photos, take selfies, share it out, use your social medias. That is what we need to do in our communities is we win when we support each other and learn new things, because also at the end of the day, we're not only investing in the community, but we're investing in ourselves.
Ooh, couldn't have said it better myself. Dylan Rafaty, thank
you
so
very much.
Sir.
Appreciate it. Thank you.